We are now joined by Dale Earnhardt Jr., driver of the number 88 National Guard Chevrolet, our 2014 Daytona 500 champion. Dale, you've had a whirlwind of a week. We've been able to follow along on Twitter that Jimmy was talking about, but maybe give us a few of your highlights of your week this week, and then talk a little bit about coming into Phoenix as well.
NASCAR did a real good job of structuring out the tour. I don't really remember much about what we did in 2004, but this was a lot of fun. Doing Letterman was really exciting. Going to Fox Studios and what we did there was a lot of fun, and work at ESPN was fun. But every stop was enjoyable, and enjoyed talking about the win and talking about our experiences and sharing that with the fans. So it's been a great week. Got a lot of rest, and we're ready to go here in Phoenix, and kind of everything resets and goes back to zero, and we'll try to run as well as we can this weekend, get a good result, and go from there.
All right, we'll take questions for Dale. Okay, we're going to start with Reed, and we'll go to Jeff.
Reed Spencer with NASCAR Wire Service. Dale, one of the most surprising things that I think we all learned after the race was that Denny had no spotter for about 150 laps on and off. But I just wondered what you would think of having to run those final 2 laps of the green-white checker in the Daytona 500 without being able to hear a radio.
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 laps probably would have been easy to do it without a spotter, but just running the whole race, there's a lot of challenging situations you get yourself into, and there's times when you need to be cleared when you're not sure. For the most part, as a race car driver, you know where every car is around you. Probably 60–70% of the time you make moves just on your own instinct and understanding of where cars are around you without a spotter. But there is that 30% or when you don't know where the cars are around you, and you need to move into another lane. You want to, and you need your spotter to help you get there. So there's definitely some situations where that was a huge disadvantage for him, not to have that spotter helping him when he's trying to march forward and get himself in position and get toward the front in that tight pack. It's a huge disadvantage. But toward the front in the top 5, I couldn't tell you what TJ said in those last 2 laps. I was just going off of what I was seeing and what I was doing, and I was making decisions faster than he could feed me the information at that point in time.
How is TJ?
TJ's good. He had some issues with his intestines last year that caused him to miss the Atlanta race, and that some of those issues cropped back up. Just a small infection. He's back home now. He's out of the hospital, so he's fine. He just hates having to miss it, and he's a huge part of our team, and we have such great chemistry. It's going to be a difficult situation not having him, but we got Bill Elliott, of all people, are gonna fill in during practice, so that's going to be pretty awesome. A lot of most popular driver awards right there, like 27 or something like that. But and then during the race, the guy we had last year is going to fill in. He did a great job for us last year, so I feel good about the race. Be interested in going through knockout qualifying. Me and Bill both for the first time. So.
All right, we're going to go to Jeff Gluck.
Jeff Gluck from USA Today. You didn't pack any bag, and you didn't have clothes packed for this whole whirlwind tour. You thought you were going to go home. So can you explain how you got your clothes for the week? I mean, were you walking in Walmart when you had a chance of being like, I need those socks, and how did you get your clothes?
Basically, Amy's good friends with this gal, Kristen, that works in Charlotte and has helped me a few times. Amy works with her on when we need to go to special events and I need to get a sports coat or something. And so that we just, by luck, Kristen was in New York working with Lavender, which is the shop that Amy works with in Morrisville. So Amy has like a bit of a part-time job. And so it just by fate, these people were in New York to help us get some clothes. So on our flight to New York from Daytona, Kristen was scrambling, trying to put together some things judging by the schedule that I had, and I never had to wear socks twice or wear underwear twice, so that was good. And everything was clean, and you know, Kristen did a great job. That's you know, one of the perks of having a good dedicated girlfriend like that. You know, I don't know what I would have done without Amy and Kristen at that particular moment. I definitely wouldn't have represented myself as well as I did this week, so that was a big help for them.
All right, we're going to Claire, and then up front to Jim Pelt.
Claire B. Lang, Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. Two quick things. The first is if you could talk about what you think we'll see at qualifying today. Maybe you could address that first.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to see. Do you guys got any idea? I mean, we all been in this sport for a long time. I don't think none of us can anticipate how that's going to work. So, you know, just going to go out there and run the best lap we can run. We're going to get our car prepared. We need to clean lap. You know, your job's to go out there, find a clean place on the racetrack, and run the best lap you can run. And you know, the way the tires work here, you can actually run some pretty good laps on some used tires. You may run several laps and then come in and then go out prepared to run your fast lap, depending on what the tires need here to come in and be fast. I don't know. You know exactly what Steve's plan is, but we got a lot of time in between practice and qualifying to sort of sort that out and get an idea of what the rumblings are in the garage. You know, people are talking and all kinds of information's moving around in that garage to try to capture. So we'll see what makes sense.
And the other quick question is there anything that really surprised or touched you over the week? You know, the Washington Redskins video, the fan videos. Today I opened up the paper, a gigantic nationwide full page, which was way cool.
I thought that was great. I saw Jeff's tweet and I was like, man, that's pretty awesome. But the fan reaction videos were pretty incredible. That kid crying I was doing, I think it was NASCAR Now, some ESPN in studio stuff, and that just seeing the reaction from the fans that they get, you know, they get that much joy from it means probably the most. Definitely hearing from the Redskins is pretty awesome. Rendezvous Ribs from Memphis is going to send me some ribs, so that's awesome. I mean, all kinds of things keep happening. Bill Elliott's going to spot for me. I don't know what's going to happen next, but it just keeps going. That's the only bad part about winning at Daytona is you go to Phoenix and somebody else wins on, you know, the next race. So, and then they're, you know, then they're getting the ribs. But you know, it'd be nice if I mean, if I can win it, I'll keep it going. But it'd be nice if we had an off weekend in there where it could keep going, because so much great stuff happens to you during this week. It's been great.
All right, we're gonna go to Jim.
Jim Peltz, LA Times. Dale, we touched on this at Daytona, but I was wondering if you could elaborate a little bit about going forward. I mean, with the new chase rules and everything. I mean, when you talk about, you know, you can really swing for the fences the next 25 races. Are we talking about setups or how you drive or whether you stay out or pit strategy? Right. I mean, what can you do?
Definitely setups. You know, from what I've noticed, when a team, especially one of my teammates, where I can really see what's going on behind closed doors, when they get comfortable that they're in the chase, they really start to experiment, try to find things outside of their comfort zone that can help them during the chase. So we can start thinking about that earlier than most people, and that's definitely one area where we can get aggressive. Steve can get aggressive to a point on pit strategy, but I mean, common sense is going to tell you what's the best thing to do to win the race, and it ain't going to be some kind of wild, harebrained idea at the last minute. You know, what wins races is what we've been doing for, you know, what everybody's been doing for years. You're not going to go too far out of the reality to you know, yank out a win, or we'd already been doing that for years. You know, you're not going to stay out there on 100-lap tires and, man, you know, that's crazy. You know, get a win. You're not going to do that. You're going to get run over. So there are, you know, we might, you know, you might see things in the middle of the race where we might do some strategy where we take 2 tires more often instead of 4 tires, just to get the track position and see how the car handles up there and see if we can hold it until the next opportunity to put 4 tires on it. We might do that more often. Maybe things earlier in the race to sort of set us up that we probably wouldn't do. if we're trying to get points. So points aren't quite as important, I guess, as wins. So things might change a little bit. I wonder, I'm curious myself really if the racing is going to pick up. Like we saw the intensity at Daytona sustained over a longer period of time. Normally people sort of get after it at the end of the race, but we were racing hard for a long time for the last 100 laps or half of the race. I'm wondering if that's going to be the norm now. If the racing is going to be a whole lot more exciting, and guys are going to, it's going to be evident to the viewer and you guys that we're pushing much harder.
All right, we're going to go Bob Hawkhurst, Marty Smith, and Tom Jensen.
Bob Hawkhurst, Sporting News. Is there anything that you've done in the last 24 hours to kind of get your mindset back to this weekend as opposed to celebrating the Daytona 500 win?
Well, in my mind, we haven't celebrated yet. You know, we've been going around and talking about the win, but it's been real subdued, and you know, we haven't cut up any. I won't get the opportunity to really do that until after Vegas. You know, if we win Sunday, we might have a little fun after that race Sunday night. But due to the responsibilities and to the media and to the media tour, things have been very calm really this week. So haven't really celebrated the way I like to celebrate, and look forward to doing that when we get a moment to do that when we get back home, I guess. I haven't even seen I haven't seen Steve and the team since we left Victory Lane, since we left the media center. So it'll be good to get in the garage. I mean, we're still going to be talking and thinking and joking about that win even during this weekend, but that's not a bad problem to have. That's not a bad distraction to have on a race weekend, talking about last week. I feel like I shouldn't have any problem getting out there on the racetrack and doing the best I can do. Been doing this a long time and have had an opportunity to win races and get back to next weekend and do well, so should be no problem.
All right, Marty Smith.
Thank you. Marty Smith, ESPN. So Twitter, there's a lot of people that learned a lot about you this week. What did you learn about that medium, and what was it like for you to be able to kind of disseminate whatever message you wanted to tell?
Well, I'm still learning. You know, there's I haven't there's still a lot of questions about how to use the software and how to physically use the software. Quite a difference between the iPhone version and the iPad version. So trying to, work between the two. Just simple stuff like that. I mean, I never used it before, and I had never, I got Hogue and Laura and them helping me so I don't look like an idiot, and it's been fun to interact with the fans. Doing that Q&A on the plane on the way to Austin or wherever we were headed was fun. That was kind of just a spur of the moment idea, and it was enjoyable to be able to plug in like that whenever you feel like it. And I think hopefully the fans appreciate that. But I got a lot to learn, and I guess the hard part is trying to there's so much coming at you that you miss a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of great information and a lot of great comments, and just trying to read them all. I was trying to read all your fan mail when you first, back in 04, 03, 02, Dad's fan mail room was just piled. I'm like how do you decipher all that? How do you get through all that? But it's just a lot coming at you, and you want to take it all in, and you don't want to miss anything. And Hogue and them will come up to me and be like, "Man, such and such tweeted you," and I'm like, "What? Where? How? What the hell? How did I miss that? Why am I missing that?" So I got a lot to learn, and but it's fun. It's really, really fun to be able to just say, like this, we got these new hats today, and or we got them this year, and I'm real particular about my hats, and so we were doing some fittings with this new company, and I got them all laid out on the table this morning, and I was like, man, which one do I want to wear? This is so awesome, because normally they say, here's your hat, here's your pit cap, and it's doesn't fit, you don't like it, and it's just not good material. And me and Steve, we're particular about it, so we cuss it all year long. And finally, I'm sitting there like, man, I got all these options, and I can tell everybody how awesome it is. So, and a guy from MRO brought me that picture of the verse that Stevie gave me, and I know it'd make DW's day if I tweeted out how much that appreciated to me. So I mean, just being able to do that. I don't know what I was thinking, why I didn't get on there earlier, because it's a great way to tell people things you appreciate, and it's instant, So I'm learning, taking in all kinds of advice. Anybody wants to give me advice? If I get going in the wrong direction or do Throwback Thursday is pretty cool. I got a Marty knows because he's on it. I got a photo stream on my phone that's like 500 old pictures of my dad and Ralph and Jimmy Means. It's just a photo stream that I just collect photos that I find, and there's a ton of people on that, but I got Throwback Thursday for years, so I'm in good shape there. That's gonna be fun.
All right, we apologize, but we're going to take one last question from Tom Jensen.
Dale, Tom Jensen, FoxSports.com. Congratulations on the 500 win. You've had some big milestone wins, the All-Star race, first race in Texas, first 500. Where does this rank? Has this been one of the best weeks of your life?
It's up there. It's definitely up there. It's hard to say if it's the best week, but winning those 2 championships in the nationwide series was a lot of fun because it lasted longer than a week. You had the whole off season to celebrate, and hell, we basically turned it into 2 years of just nothing but having fun and celebrating wins and running good and trophies and stuff. So that was a great 2 years, and I didn't, I was blown away because I ran all those late model races and didn't really win any. And here I am, that nationwide champion just like that overnight, and so that was an extremely enjoyable time in my life. But if you said, as far as weeks go, yeah, this is probably my funnest week if you pack it all into a week. I wish I could remember everything we did in 2004, but I don't think it was like this. For whatever reason, where we are today in social media and where we are today with our network relationships, and we just seems like we were just everywhere all week long doing something, and everything was interesting and fun. Normally, to truth be told, you drivers complain about being run ragged and taken all over the place to do media, and I would have said that before the race. Man, I hope I win, but I'm not looking forward to that media week, that media tour. But as soon as I crossed the finish line, I was thinking, man, I've got to go on that media tour. That's gonna be fun. I don't know what flipped the switch, but I've looked forward to it as soon as we crossed the finish line. I was looking forward to everything we had to do this week, and it was fun. I had a great team with me, Hogue and Laura, Amy helping as much as she could, made it really, really easy and fun. So we enjoyed it. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, guys.
Dale, thanks for your time and good luck this weekend.